Hola amigos, ¿qué tal? Stuart here from Spain Speaks with a weekly review video with Johnny. We'll check out some of the things that have caught Johnny's attention this week, so let's go to the video. Okay, Johnny, how are you this week?
Yeah, good, Stu. Been a bit of a relaxed week this week, not as intense as some of the others. What about yourself? I know you've been on the road this week, right?
Yeah, been on the road, been to the north of Spain. I normally try to take a trip to the north. It's my favourite part of the country. Travelling to the old Castile, and fantastic part of the world, yeah. Have you
Oh,
been?
amazing. Not to the old Castile, I don't think, but I have been to Asturias and to Galicia. Really
Yeah.
nice places, yeah.
When I first started my fascination with Spain, it was called Castilla la Vieja, and the one to the south was called Castilla la Nueva, I think it was. And of course, now it's Castilla y Leon and Castilla la Mancha, so they've changed a little bit. But the old Castile, yeah,
Okay, nice, nice.
plenty of places to see in that part of the world, plenty of monuments to visit, and plenty of churches and all of those things. And I followed the Duero River down, or the Douro, I think we call it in English. I followed that down into the Zamora province. Yeah, it was a good trip. Yeah,
Oh, amazing. One to keep in mind for the future for myself.
absolutely, absolutely. Now, what's on the agenda?
All right, let's start with the telecom sector. So, competition is heating up. So, the likes of Telefonica and Orange are battling over their 5G rollout. So, Telefonica started it back in September last year, and
Yeah.
they're trying to get that rollout as quick as possible. However, Orange is trying to go, we'll try not to get too technical here, but essentially trying to get frequencies or bandwidths of 5G that will give them a better, well, will give their users a better experience of multimedia than Telefonica's.
Okay, all
Yeah.
right, good. Are you on 5G?
I'm on 4G at the moment, I believe. Not,
Okay.
not, not yet 5G.
No, I don't have a phone that has 5G capability, so I'm still stuck on 4G. And actually, when I was away earlier this week, I went down to 3G in some places that I went to. They didn't even have 4G there, so probably not looking. They're probably not. They're probably not hoping for 5G anytime soon.
Okay, yeah. So what model would you need to be able to have 5G on your phone?
Well, if you have an Apple phone, I think you have to have the iPhone 12. I
Okay.
might be mistaken there, but I think it's the iPhone 12. The 11 model doesn't seem to have it. And I think with Samsung and a couple of the Android model phones, I think the latest Samsungs I think are all 5G. So if you have one of those latest model telephones, you should be able to get onto the 5G network with Movistar
Okay, okay.
or Orange, as you said.
Yeah, okay, yeah. So I'm not quite I need a phone upgrade then to get a to get 5G. But that's
Yeah,
not planned for anytime
yeah.
soon. But
And
yeah,
I'm also, I was just going to say, I'm also with Vodafone, so I don't know whether they are offering 5G yet or not. I haven't heard anything about it, so I'm not 100% sure on that.
yeah, I'm not sure either. But one thing Vodafone is offering, and maybe this is why they're trying to either compete with Movistar or separate themselves from Telefonica and Orange, is they've released Vodafone TV 4K Pro. And essentially, that's all about bringing you the best in-home multimedia experience: 4K TV, high definition sound,
Mm.
and all the streaming services. And that's for their existing. I think it's broadband only customers, or you need a converging line as well.
Ah, okay.
So it's directed at a specific set of customers,
Ah, okay.
and on top of your plan, that would be €5 a month.
€5 a month extra. Okay.
Yeah.
Well, I've got Vodafone TV. I haven't heard about this offer that you're talking about there, so I might look into it for €5 extra a month to get a 4K experience. I'm not sure what definition I've got. I think it's probably only 1080p. I think I'm not 100% sure, but I don't think it's 4K. No.
Yeah, it's one of the things you got to be careful for is make sure your TV does have the the capabilities to play back 4K if you do want to have that experience.
Yeah, well, I think my TV is 4K, but I don't think I get a 4K image though. I'm not
Okay.
sure. I know with Netflix offer 4K viewing as well, but I don't think I think I only pay for the HD version
Okay. Yeah.
rather than the 4K experience.
Yeah, me too. I personally I enjoy the odd go to someone's house and they've got like
Yeah,
the whole surround sound
Yeah.
crazy multimedia experience. But for myself and my own home, I don't think it's necessary.
Well, I know from my experience with making videos and having a 4K camera that the difference in file size, for example, I mean, I'm just speaking about like a creator's experience here, and I know we had this discussion a couple of weeks ago, Johnny, with the file sizes that you were sending me that I thought they were 4K because they were so big, you know.
Yeah.
But there is a huge difference between a 4K size file when you're recording a video, for example. So at the moment I'm recording in 1080, but if I went up to 4K, it would be the file sizes are a lot bigger, you know, and they really chew through the SD cards that I use. So I imagine if you're you know, putting everything in 4K through a television, I'm not sure whether you need a better broadband experience. Do you know what I mean?
Yeah, I guess you'd probably need more bandwidth or a better download speed to be able to.
I'm not sure. I'm
Yeah,
not sure
it's a
because
good point.
I don't have the technical expertise on this, but you know, just speaking from a from a creator point of view, a 4K file size is a lot bigger than a 1080. Whether that has anything to do with the bandwidth and the you know the data coming through the telephone line, I have no idea. But it could be an influence there. I don't know.
It could be, yeah. In any case,
Because
telecom sector heating up.
yeah, well, that's true, and there is a lot of talk about this 5G because 5G is apparently going to be it's going to be the game changer when it comes to what you can do on the internet. You know, I don't know whether you remember back to when we had a dial-up modem. Do you remember back to dial-up modems?
I do, back in my very young days. I remember.
And the internet experience back then was pathetic compared to what it's like now. And probably even 5 or 6 years ago, to even watch a video on YouTube, you know, it used to stop all the time, and it used to, you know, used to get that buffering all the time. And now on mobile telephones, on the internet connections we have at home here, it's a seamless experience. So, and 5G is going to take it even further.
Yeah, I'm excited to see what it does.
Absolutely. And if we get, you know, the capacity to be able to, you know, transfer huge file sizes quickly, then I think that's going to be the way forward.
Yeah, oh yeah, definitely.
Especially when it comes to streaming and things like that.
Yeah, because you think of people now going back to work, people maybe got long commutes, and then with 5G, can have a nice streaming experience while they're, you know, on the bus, on the metro, the train, whatever.
Yeah, well, do you have a problem with 4G streaming?
No, I don't. Although, if you are going to do that, probably get a big data plan for your phone.
Well, yeah, well, with Vodafone gives me unlimited data, so I'm happy about that.
Yeah, well, that's perfect then.
But you have to be able to connect to that 4G network, and as I said, when I was in some of those places there in rural Spain, and you don't have a good data connection, it doesn't matter, you know, it doesn't matter what you're trying to do, you just can't do it basically.
Yeah, exactly.
So, a bit of an inconvenience. But anyway, 5G. What's next?
So next we got hedge funds. So I personally don't get too involved in hedge funds. I do know of a couple in Spain, but this caught my eye that what's her name? Calvino, the vice president. So previously I didn't know this either. You used to have a minimum capital requirement of 100,000 euros to be able to invest in a hedge fund. And she's given the green light for that to be reduced to 10,000 euros. So maybe, so now perhaps minority or smaller investors can start looking at hedge funds as a possibility to invest in Spain.
Okay. So what's a definition of a hedge fund? Give us a simple definition.
So a hedge fund is essentially where you would give your money to a fund manager. Normally it would be actively managed, and they would, they'd pick different assets, whether it's stocks, funds, bonds, whatever, and they would allocate your money across that fund. And the performance of that fund would determine your returns on the money you've invested, and they would then charge a percentage fee for managing the fund.
Okay, so you give your money over to a fund manager, and they take care of it for you. You don't have to worry about the investment yourself. Just get a return, and that's it.
Exactly. Yeah, you give your money to a trusted fund manager, and your money's with them. Exactly. Yeah.
And they invest that money where they want to invest it, right? So they take that money to Asia, or they take that money to South America, or they keep it here in Europe, or they invest it in whatever they want.
Exactly, yeah. I would imagine they probably have several different portfolios within that fund, based on geographical exposure, based on risk level, and you can choose based on your investment preferences on which fund that's going to go in. Yeah.
Yeah. Did we mention something about that last week, that a hotel in Barcelona was bought by a hedge fund? Was it a hedge fund that bought the hotel?
Yeah, that's correct.
Okay.
Yeah.
Okay. So if I had invested in that hedge fund, I would have my money in that hotel, I suppose, right?
Yeah, in essence, yeah. If you pick the right fund, then you'd be a part. Yeah, you'd almost be a part owner in a sense of that hotel via that hedge fund. Yeah.
Is there a word in Spanish for hedge fund?
Fondos mutuos, I think it is.
Fondos mutuos.
Yeah, or mutual funds.
Okay.
Yeah.
What's how do we translate into English what they call here in Spanish the fondo buitre?
Buitre. What is that exactly?
Well, the buitre, I think I'm pronouncing it correctly, is a type of bird that normally eats the carcass of a dead animal off the side of a road.
Oh, vulture.
Yeah. Vulture fund. Yeah, vulture fund. That's it. Do we call them vulture funds in English as well?
Oof, I can't say I've heard of that actually, but that's
no.
Let me look at that after this, and then yeah, interesting.
I could Google it quickly. Just let me have a look here. I'll Google it quickly. Let me have a look. Vulture fund. I'm not sure whether it is a translation or not. Vulture fund. Yeah, here we go. A vulture fund is a hedge fund, private equity fund, or distressed debt fund that invests debt considered to be weak or in default, known as distressed securities.
Okay.
Yeah. So
it's almost like a rescue hedge fund.
Well, they go in and take over companies that are in trouble probably, and sell the assets and try to make a profit on them. I'm not 100% sure what they do, but the vulture fund or the hedge fund, a type of hedge fund. So I was wondering if there was a similarity between the two.
Okay, yeah, interesting.
Yeah, just let me check in Spanish. The fondo buitre. Yeah, it's buitre, buitre. I think they pronounce it that way. Yeah. And there's a picture of a guy in a suit with a buzzard's head.
Okay. You'll have to put a screenshot on the screen for that one.
I'll put a screenshot in the video when I edit it. Yeah. So that's what we're dealing with here. So it's not the same, right? So if I invest in one of these things, my money's hopefully not going into one of these vulture funds, I imagine.
Yeah, I would imagine. Well, before you invest, they have to give you a prospectus in any case to say what the fund's all about, and they'll probably give you a breakdown of what kind of assets are in there. They'll have to give you like the expected return based on prior performance, all that kind of stuff. So
because there's a lot more control when it comes to that now, isn't there? I mean, since the last financial crisis, I think there's a lot more regulation in the sector.
Yeah, definitely, and when you invest with a hedge fund as well, my expectation would be that all of them are registered with the CNMV, which is it's like the Spanish financial regulator, essentially the Comisión Nacional del Mercado de Valores.
Okay, good. So the economy minister or finance, is she the finance minister or economy minister, Calviño?
Nadia Calviño. I think, isn't she the vice president now?
Well, she got a promotion recently, with the government shake-up. I think, she's become the first vice president. I think they call it here in Spain. I'm not sure. There's a first one, there's a second, then there's a third. There's all of these different vice presidents roaming around. But she did get a promotion recently. That's right, because somebody left the government. Who left? Carmen Calvo, I think, left the government. So Calviño was promoted. That's right.
Okay, yeah.
That's it. So she's brought down the limit. That's what we said originally. No.
Yeah. I mean, for minority investor, €10,000 still seems like quite a lot. But
for me, it sounds like a lot of money. Yeah.
Yeah, but I think hedge funds now are going to be a lot less exclusive than they were before. You probably get was mainly the high rollers before, I imagine, €100,000 minimum investment. Well, but 10,000. I don't think it's going to bring in a lot more investors, but still, some people who have that capital and are interested, then it's another option of investment that they can look at.
More accessible.
Exactly,
That's it. All right, great. And what's up next?
So I saw another article in our which one? Expansión this time.
Yep.
Same one where we looked at the best beaches in Spain, and they've broken down.
A couple of weeks ago we did. That's right. Yeah.
Yeah, and in a similar article, they've broken down the cheapest and most expensive places to go on holiday in Spain, and there were some surprises in there actually for me. So let's get into them.
All right. So we'll have a look at number one. Number one, according to this, is Las Palmas de Gran Canaria.
Yeah, now I would have thought that's a lot more expensive because it's a pretty popular destination, particularly among British tourists. Yeah, definitely a popular place.
Well, it says here that a week will cost only €862 for a week's accommodation there, €57 a night.
Yeah, so the most part made up by the accommodation, yeah.
Okay, all right, good. So that's number one, Las Palmas de Gran Canaria.
Yeah.
I haven't been to the Canary Islands. It is on my list of places to visit, but of course you have to hop on a plane to get there. And I normally find it easy just to jump in the car, but definitely in the future it will be on my list of places to visit. Yeah, absolutely.
Yeah.
Number two, what have we got?
We got Santa Cruz de Tenerife.
So we're still in the Canaries. Is this only about the Canaries, is it, Johnny?
No, it's not just about the Canaries. There are some other places in the rest of Spain and on the peninsula. Right. But yeah, it turns out the two cheapest are from the Canary Islands.
All right, good. So they're saying here that it's about 25% cheaper than the national average. Okay.
Yes, €900 a week. No, wait. Yeah, the weekly average, national average is €900. So
okay, so we're talking about hotel, food, everything included, probably, right?
Yeah, so definitely accommodation and car hire is included. That's common across all of them, and then I imagine food and
car hire as well. Okay.
Yeah, I mean not everyone, of course, will hire a car when they go on holiday. I can drive, but never hire a car. So.
All right. So this is what it's going to cost, more or less, to stay there for a week. No, €900. Okay, flights included as well, I imagine. Okay.
Yeah. So
all right, good.
Number three, now we're on the peninsula. We got Sevilla.
Okay, so Seville, 15% cheaper than the national average. Okay, to spend a week there, the average is around €1,017. Okay.
Yeah, Sevilla, a really nice place to go. I was only there for half a day, but fantastic architecture.
Only half a day?
Yeah, we were doing a road trip through the south, and our flight was from Seville. So we finished our last day in Cadiz, and then we went to Seville for the remainder of the time.
Yeah, well, I think Seville's definitely a place where you could probably get at least a week, I think, in Seville.
Yeah, definitely.
To get to know it well. All right, good. Number four, let's have a look. Alicante.
Yeah, another popular destination, of course, home of Benidorm.
The home of Benidorm, that's it. You have a picture here of Alicante City. Okay. Yeah. Sorry, what did you say?
You're saying Benidorm is up from Alicante, right? Or down? I can't remember which way.
Yeah, Benidorm. Yeah, you head. Alicante. Well, from Madrid, you head to Alicante, and then you turn left and head up the coast. That is
Benidorm,
it. Yeah. And what do they say here? The price $1,089 for the week. Okay, all right. Good.
Yeah.
$1,089 in the city of Alicante.
Yeah, and only 444 of that to accommodation.
Oh, okay, all right, good. So accommodation, the cheaper option there. All right, good. What's next?
We have Valencia.
Valencia City. All right, good.
Yes.
And now we're up to 1,223. 504 is car rental.
Yeah. Valencia probably going to get more expensive, I think, because I think more and more people are starting to discover the gem that it is. It was previously what I would describe as, it's like a Barcelona without the tourist numbers. But now I think, particularly where they get in top expat destination last year, and it seems to be a lot of startups located in Valencia. So I think it's gaining popularity, yeah.
Well, I mean, let's be honest, Barcelona and Catalonia have got a bit of a bad rap over the last few years, you know, and people might be looking for a less controversial, let's say, place to set up a business where they're not going to be dragged into some, you know, political situation that they don't want to be in. Maybe, I don't know. Maybe that could be the reason for Valencia's rise in popularity. Who knows? Next one.
So
Malaga.
Yeah, Malaga. Malaga, a really nice place as well.
Yeah, we've got a place where I come from in Perth. There's a suburb called, well, it's spelt Malaga, but we pronounce it down there as Malaga. And I tell you, it's one of the ugliest places that I've ever seen, Malaga in Perth, so I wouldn't recommend visiting there. But the Malaga here in Spain, a lot better, and we're at €1,306 for the week, and accommodation is what's going to set you back the most down there, so 628 according to this article.
Yeah, price is creeping up now.
It is. We're getting into, Madrid is next, so we're getting into the more expensive parts of the country. Mm-hmm. And a week in Madrid, €1,307, and accommodation reasonably cheap, only 406.
Yeah. Now, car hire is the most expensive here, but to be perfectly honest, I think it's very unlikely that someone would hire a car to come on holiday to Madrid. Unless,
I imagine that most of that goes in trying to find a place to park in the car, you know, because
yeah, that's true.
have a car in Madrid is an absolute nightmare.
Yeah. But to be honest, unless you're maybe taking a trip up to Navacerrada or La Sierra or to the countryside, then to do all the activities in the centre, the metro is more than sufficient. So
well, you can take a train to the mountains. You know, whether you need a car or not is a topic for debate. What's next? Barcelona. All right, good. Yeah. We're getting into the expensive cities now.
Yeah,
I'd be surprised to see. I'm just going to take a guess here. I'm going to say that maybe the Basque Country is going to be in position number 9 or 10. I don't know that, but I imagine that it could be up there.
Okay, I won't ruin the surprise for you. But I would have expected to see Barcelona probably as the most expensive.
Does it say how much a week is going to cost? Does it? Not really, no.
So 89 euros 50 cents per night in the hotel.
Yeah. Okay.
Yeah, 480 euros for a car. Yeah.
Okay, so we don't have a total amount here. Okay, but more than Madrid. So obviously it passed that 1,300 mark. Okay, we'll have a look at number 9.
Yeah.
Mallorca, Palma de Mallorca. Okay, good.
Yeah.
Palma de Mallorca, 1,474. So Barcelona's probably in between there somewhere. Okay.
Yeah. I've never been to the Balearic Islands, but I do get the impression that it is a bit more expensive than some places in the peninsula.
Yeah, well, I think it's, one of those, it has a reputation as a fairly high-end tourist destination for some of the island. Obviously, if you go to Magaluf, maybe that's not the case, but I think there are a lot of places there where money will fly out of your pocket.
Yeah.
And number 10, Cádiz, number 10.
Yeah, I was surprised by this. I was very surprised.
Is that the last one? Yeah,
it is,
the last one, yeah. So Cádiz, number 10. All right, good. What's the price there, Johnny?
So 1,496 euros per week.
And do they say why it's so expensive?
So 722 to the accommodation and 543 for a car.
Yeah, okay, good. So I imagine that's because everybody from Madrid and Seville going to spend their summers there probably make it an expensive destination. Maybe that is the case. I don't know.
Maybe, yeah.
Yeah, good. So interesting. Some of the cheaper places and some of the more expensive places to spend a week on holidays here in Spain. Interesting.
Mm-hmm. Yeah.
All right, good. So on that note, we'll start to wrap it up, Johnny. There's nothing else, right?
No, that was all for today, Stu.
All right, great. So good speaking to you again, and we'll speak next week.
Perfect. Let's speak next week, Stu. Take care.
All right, see you later. Have a good one. So there we go. That was the weekly review video. Questions and comments, please leave them in the section below. Debate the situation out as you normally do. Give the video a thumbs up if you liked it, thumbs down if you didn't. I'll see you in the next one. Hasta luego.